back, legends. I hope you're all awesome. On today's video, we've got the 6 by TSAKALIS audio on the bench today. This is a 6-in-1 overdrive, boost, distortion pedal. You've got controls for drive, level, treble, and mood over here. Mood essentially changes the overall character and lets you tailor this for different styles of guitar and amplifier. You've got a 9-volt and 18-volt headroom switch on here and a 6-way selector, which lets you select between a boost mode, 2 different overdrive modes, 2 different distortion modes, and then a combination overdrive and distortion mode. These are all inspired by pedals like the Timmy, the Marshall Blues Breaker, and the Analog Man King of Tone. It's interesting in here as well that there's no capacitors anywhere in the circuit. You can read more about that on their website. I'm going to let you hear this with my old Strat, the Synergy TDLX, a Synergy 5050 power amp running into a Fractal X load, and I'm using the TSAKALIS Multicab 4 with one of my own cabinets that you can grab for free for that unit. It's based around a Boogie oversized cab with some EV speakers. I'm just going to leave all the knobs the same and chuck this over a little jam track so that you can hear the difference in character between each mode into a clean amp. Then we will deep dive and twist some knobs. Let's go. Let's start off with this boost mode. You can see I've got mood and treble in the middle. Essentially at these settings, this isn't going to do too much, and you can use the level control for just a clean boost, or you can bring up the gain to actually get some clipping in there. That's kind of cool. It's just giving me more of the core tone from the amp. You're more using this to drive the amplifier itself than to generate drive in here. That's a little bit different to, say, the overdrive mode in here, which is going to generate some clipping. So are all the other modes on here. You can hear the mood control on there. If you bring it down, it's going to fatten everything up. And as you push it up, it is going to give you sound a little bit more edge and aggression. I actually kind of find that as you bring mood down, you might want to bring treble up and vice versa. Let's hear this first overdrive mode. The second overdrive mode has a little bit more low end and more of a low mid focus in there, but there is a lot of overlap between them. The overall character is really nice and smooth and kind of transparent, which it always sounds weird to say about something that's adding clipping into the signal. But what I mean by that is I could roll my volume control up and kind of get the characteristics that I enjoyed about my bypass tone while still having the drive on there all the way up. Let's move over to one of the distortion modes now, and I'll just actually start with the drive a little bit lower, and we'll put these two controls back in the middle. You can hear as well with that mood control on the two drives that bringing it lower shifts almost like the mid-range to more of a low mid thing and vice versa. So let's hear this distortion mode. The 9-volt setting there definitely sounds a lot dirtier and nastier. So for the high gain stuff, I kind of like it on 9-volt. I would probably use the 18-volt mode more if I was using this as like a clean boost and I still wanted that dynamic touch and response from my volume control. Let's go over to the overdrive into distortion mode now, and I'll start with the gain really low. Again, I'll just kind of center these two controls here. back the volume off. Let's actually just remind ourselves what this clean sound is. I think that mode is probably worth the price of entry alone on there. Just the way the gain is staged in there, the way it interacts with your guitar is really, really sweet. And again, higher drive settings with the 9-volt mode work really, really nicely. I've been on single coils a whole video. I will just scroll through each of the different modes now with my Les Paul so that you can hear that before we wrap up. also let you hear all of this into the Synergy Brit 800 mode, just set for some crunch, and you can have a listen to how they all work as a clean boost into this already crunchy amp. I'm going to wrap it up there. That is the 6 by SAKALIS audio. Again, if you want to learn more, check the video description. Basically, you've got 6 really lovely natural sounding overdrives that retain the character of your guitar and your amp. They're not going to take over. They're more just going to enhance what you've already got in there. And honestly, for the price of one of these, if all it did was, say, that last mode that I was really enjoying on there, or if all it did was the booster, it would still compare really well at the price point that it is to a lot of other pedals that only do a single function, but you get 6 functions in here. The headroom switch is really, really lovely. And the fact that there's no capacitors in there is pretty novel as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want to support my channel, there's links in the video description to do just that. And I hope you all have an awesome day. I'll see you next time. Cheers.